I happened to watch a video of one of the women I really admire on YouTube, Cat's Cradle, and she had her cornbread video up, and I was like, okay, now I know what I need to make. So I'm gonna make, hopefully, now I didn't get her great-grandmother's exact measurement, but this is the way I like my cornbread too, so I think I'll come close. I'm going to make tamale pie. You know, we use this when we go camping a lot. And the reason we do it when we're camping is because we Dutch oven cook a lot. Now this is something you could put over a campfire, but you wouldn't want to put coals on the lid and you really wouldn't want to put it right on the coals because there's no heat on it. But somebody gave me this pot, and it was all rusted out and nasty. It has ended up to be my favorite bean pot. I refurbished it, took the steel wool to it, refurbished it, and re-seasoned it, and it's been a bean pot for me ever since. So I really enjoy having that. It was a great gift, and I wish I could thank her again. Anyway, so we do this camping because we can feed a crowd. I can do it in any size oven, Dutch oven. But tonight it's just, my husband and I and some leftovers, so I'm going to do it in this. This will keep me under control because I'm one of those people that if you give me a 20-quart pot, I'll fill it. I don't know how it happens, but it does. So, to start with, I'm going to use some things fresh, and I'm going to use some things back here out of the pantry that I have canned and stored for a later date. So, I'm excited to share that. It's an extended pantry meal. And so, anyways, I'm just chopping up this white onion that's not helping me out at all. And I'm going to get moving on the jalapenos. I did bring a glove home. I thought I brought 2 home from work, but I only brought 1. These are reusable gloves. I use them for hair color. So I opened a brand new pack and I thought, oh, I need some of those at home so I don't get burned. So I'm going to chop up 1 medium onion and 3 jalapenos. I'm going to seed and take the ribs out of 2 of them. Okay? Actually, you know what? I remember this chili. This is from 2009, and this chili with no beans, this elk chili, is hot. So actually, I'm going to take all the ribs out. The ribs, the seeds, everything, and just have that really fresh jalapeno flavor. This morning, I had an abundance of eggs, so I boiled up some eggs and did deviled eggs again, only I did them a little bit different. I thought, well, I don't have green onions, so like you saw in my other video, so I'm putting some olive oil in this pan, and I'm going to get it started on the stove so it can start sweating these onions down. But what I was saying is, I didn't know what to put in them, and I thought, oh, I don't have any green onions, and I could do the plain old mayonnaise, mustard, vinegar, whatever. I put really finely diced jalapeno and some bacon in there, and those eggs were amazing. So, just trying to think outside the box one more time. Okay, so I'm going to dice up this onion really good. I don't want big old chunks because I haven't got long to cook this. I've got my dry ingredients for my cornmeal. I like it just like Cat's Cradle likes it. She's just an inspiration to everyone. Anyway, these are the dry ingredients: baking soda, salt, cornmeal. And I don't grind my own. I want to watch her do that. I know. And calmed it down. These are my ranch beans. I'm so excited. That I canned a couple months ago. Let's see, 5/11, yeah. So in May I canned these, and Anyway, I was trying to duplicate the ranch bean recipe off the cans that we get in the grocery store. I was just tired of I did the whole video on that, but I was tired of the price going up. It used to be 38 cents a can, then it went to 48, then 58, then 68. Now it's like 75 or 78 cents for a serving and a half. So I thought, I looked at the ingredients list, and surprisingly enough, I had everything on the list, and I just decided I would try to duplicate it. It took a little bit as far as, being in front of the stove and testing and tasting and asking my husband, does that taste like it? Anyways, I came really, really close, and I actually canned the rest of the sauce. So I have I believe that day I canned about 36 pints of pinto beans in that ranch sauce. So it'll go, part of these are going to go in the chili mixture, and I'm going to mix up my recipe because it's like a little drop biscuit. I might put some in there because that's who I am. Anyway, I've got the onions. They've been all sweated out, and I'm going to go ahead and pause so I can open these jars, take the bands off. I did put about half of those jalapenos that were diced in here. I've got those in there sweating down with the onions. No heat. I did not put any ribs or seeds in here. This is the elk chili. I left a ring on because I gave this away one year for Christmas. So what happens is that ring gets stuck on there. In humid climates, it can rust and fail your seal. I'm not in a humid climate. I'm in a dry climate, so that's why I just didn't even think about it. But I can look down the side of this jar and see all these little flecks. Those are hot pepper seeds. Those were jalapenos. No wonder my husband said, a little more on the... So I'm going to open this. Whoops. Okay. Big seal. Nice. Oh, it smells just like I made it. And the date on that, I don't think you can see it because it's a plastic. It says no bean elk chili 2009. So you might be able to see 2009. Yeah, it's an 09 meal, and we're gonna have it tonight. And you know what? It could be an 05 meal, and I would have said okay, no problem, because as long as I know it's still sealed, I store them as much as I want to store them in plain view because I just love looking at them. I store them in a really cool, dark place, so I don't have any problems opening up something that's past that date as long as nothing's compromised. So to get that ring off, I turned it upside down and soaked it in water, and so my little cute label came off. So I'm going to turn this over in there. And this has the elk meat in it. It's an elk chili. And so, ooh, let me taste that. I'm going to put my... Oh, yeah, that's spicy. So, I can see my husband is probably... It's all good. So, now we're going to open the chili beans. And these I made, let's see, I don't know if you can see, but 511 chili beans. These are my version of ranch beans. I get the same, I think I might even get more beans out of this than the can of ranch beans. I'm not sure. But I do know that they taste fabulous. They were so inexpensive to make. I mean, I'm pretty sure that everything included, I probably only spent about 20 cents a jar on these. Oh my goodness, I tasted this and I think the beans and it's a white onion, so they're not spicy, and it was so fresh, so it was really kind of sweet. Alright, so it's time to put my dry ingredients together with my wet ingredients. I did put some of the jalapenos, which are very mild. I just tasted them in the chili. They aren't hot. You take those ribs and those seeds out, you're fine. And I know I'm supposed to measure, but I'm not going to. So I have buttermilk here, and I have in this dry mixture salt and baking powder and cornmeal. And I use a couple different kinds of cornmeal. I use a really fine grind and a coarse grind. So that's all I have. Now later on, I'd love, well, if I had to, I have a grinder, and I would work my little booty off apparently to get it ground up. But I'm hoping Cat's Cradle will give us a video on that. So I'm gonna just start mixing that with the buttermilk. Now I do have on standby fat-free Greek yogurt, which is totally like sour cream, but I just want to get my batter mixed up. So you really just want a thick, lumpy batter. I'm not going to need that. So a thick, lumpy batter will be just fabulous. It might take a little longer to cook, but you know what? My husband isn't home anyway, so it's all good. It'll be ready when he gets here. And this is something that I would do out camping. This is something that I would do in an emergency situation. I know how to cook, and I have all the cookware to cook over an open fire. And so, look at, see, I can feel when I run the fork through this dough or batter that the baking soda is already acting. So our baking powder is already acting. So I'm going to get it over here on top. Sorry, I'm going to move you. Don't get dizzy. I'm going to move you over here. Try to figure out where is a good spot. Okay. I don't know because nobody else. Okay. So I'm going to put you here, and we're going to get this put on top of my chili. Actually, I'll show you. It's all bubbling away. Away. Sorry. So we have chili bubbling away, and now we're going to put that cornbread mixture in. And it's light and fluffy, and you can just feel it. It's not sweet at all, so don't even think it's sweet. I'm just going to drop these down like they were dumplings, because they really are. This is like a dumpling for me on this mixture. And I'm going to make a salad, and we'll have just this wonderful dinner. My husband will love it. We both really like Tex-Mex food. Actually, we both really like anything homemade. So I know when we eat out, or if we happen to eat something, it doesn't taste good. So I don't want to insult anybody or any businesses, but it's not okay with us. We're just really geared towards cooking from scratch. So when you put something foreign like that in your body, it changes things. Okay, so I'm putting this cornbread mixture all over the top, just like you would if you were doing chicken and dumplings. It's so good. I just got a little bite crunch of jalapeno that's not hot, just flavorful in there that I put in the batter. And so I just hope that everyone decides to try something